Welcome to the ZU Educational Series. To help us learn more about the ZU advocacy on health and wellness, we would like to introduce to you Dr. Homer Lim, the Chief Scientific Officer of ZU.
Hi, I'm Dr. Homer Lim, the Chief Scientific Officer of ZU. Our goal here at ZU is to help achieve your dreams by helping others. One of the most impactful ways to help our family and friends is by educating them how to improve their health. Here at ZU, our commitment is to offer innovative natural health products, and these products can help address some of the more common health issues we are all encountering today. So let's get started. Boosting the immune system. So our immune system is a highly specialized organ system wherein its function is really to protect the body and defend against invasion by pathogens. Pathogens would be anything that can cause us disease. Okay, the immune system is composed of our lymphoid tissue, so these could be our lymph nodes from our tonsils down to those around our gut or our intestines called the Peyer's patches. So we have lots of lymphoid tissue all over the body to protect itself from pathogens. So aside from our lymphoid tissue, you have the spleen, the thymus. The thymus is an organ that actually shrinks as we age, but thymus is also important in the production of T cells. And of course, lastly, the bone marrow. This is where a lot of our white blood cells, including our red blood cells and platelets, are actually being produced. Okay, so a pathogen is any agent, biologic, meaning living agent, that can cause disease, whether it's a virus, bacteria, fungus, or parasite. Okay, so our immune system's function really is to keep these pathogens out of the system. Okay, so we have two types of defenses called non-specific and the specific defenses. So non-specific defenses is like your gate or a wall. So this is your skin. Okay, the mucus secretion, those lines in your nasal airways, oral passages, your lungs. So they have what we call mucus. They're producing mucus because those mucus also contain antibodies that can help protect against invasion by these pathogens. Okay, so when we say specific defenses, then we are talking about when the specific pathogen has actually entered our body, and we have two types, the innate and the adaptive. Okay, so when we say a pathogen going into the body, what happens usually when the pathogen, whether it's a virus, a bacteria, a fungus, or parasite, would enter, successfully entering the body, then our immune cells, specifically our white blood cells, would come down and actually try to combat these pathogens. And one way to increase the efficiency or efficacy of these white blood cells is to increase the body temperature, because our white blood cells works better at higher temperature. And not only that, our blood vessels will actually become bigger or will dilate in order for more of these immune cells or white blood cells to surround or try to overwhelm the pathogen around the area wherein the pathogen has actually entered or is trying to make itself settled in that particular part of the body. So then we have fever, then that's inflammation. That's a natural part of the reaction of our body in the presence of an infection. Okay, so the white blood cells, what they do actually is they try to engulf that bacteria or that virus, okay, or that particular fungus. When it engulfs it, it will try to dissolve that certain pathogen. When they have dissolved it, then they will try to deassemble, meaning separate it and then produce what we call reactions to that particular virus or bacteria. So when they have chopped down that specific bacteria or virus, then they have what we call antigen, and these antigens are the ones that can actually be recognized by our immune system, so that eventually when we have the repeated infection or repeated exposure to that specific bacteria, virus, okay, then we have the specific antibodies already to help clear the infection as soon as possible. Okay, and these white blood cells are called T cells. The T cells produce substances that actually will try to recruit as many more white blood cells into the area. There's also what we call the B cells. The B cells are the one that actually produces antibodies. Okay, so they are the ones that produces antibodies that will actually help remember when we have a repeated exposure to the same bacteria or virus, then it will try to use these antibodies to clear the infection. Okay, so there are many ways of boosting the immune system. Of course, we pretty much know that exercise can help increase not only the white blood cells, but also help increase circulation of blood, okay, which is very, very important when we are exposed to certain pathogens. Okay, cold showers and exposure, we have research showing that if those people who actually dip in cold pools or cold baths, or they jump into very, very cold sub-zero temperature rivers or lakes, they found out that they have actually a better or increased number of white blood cells. So they really a very good way of boosting the immune system, although it's quite extreme, not for everyone. Okay, another way is hyperbaric oxygen. When we say hyperbaric, you're exposing yourself to 100% oxygen at the same time under pressure. Okay, so this is like you're in a submarine wherein you're exposed to high levels of oxygen, because this oxygen can actually not only improve your immune system, but the oxygen molecules can actually fight off bacteria and viruses. Okay, of course, good sleep. If you have very, very poor sleep, then don't expect your immune system to work well. A lot of people who have poor sleep actually frequently develop cough and colds the few days after. It's because their immune system has actually declined. Okay, so that's why a lot of people who have poor sleeping habits are more likely to get a common cold or the flu. And of course, you can improve your immune system through diet and supplementation. Okay, so some of the supplements that we know already proven to be effective are your vitamin C, vitamin D and K, zinc, selenium, quercetin, probiotics, ginger, turmeric, as well as mushrooms. Okay, vitamin C, of course, we know vitamin C is a very, very good antioxidant or supplement for boosting the immune system. Our body, actually the human body, has lost the ability to produce vitamin C. Okay, together with chimpanzees and guinea pigs, okay, we have lost that ability to produce vitamin C. Other mammals can actually produce vitamin C higher levels, especially when they are stressed. Example would be the goat. A 70 kilogram goat can produce as much as 16,000 milligrams, or about 32 capsules of 500 milligrams of vitamin C when they are exposed to stress. So that's how much vitamin C a goat can produce in times of stress. We, however, humans have lost that ability because of our evolution, wherein we take in a bit of fruits which has high amounts of vitamin C. Therefore, we have lost the ability to produce our own vitamin C, especially when our stress. So it's really very important not only when you are stressed due to infection, but if you're stressed due to work, or you get too exhausted, you really need to take more vitamin C. As we already know, it's been established vitamin C can help prevent viral infections, but also very important is your vitamin C can help recycle other antioxidants, whether it's your glutathione, your vitamin E, your vitamin A, so they can help recycle those antioxidants. So vitamin C is really very important, not only for infection, but actually to help make your body become more efficient in using your own vitamins. Okay, and what's more is vitamin C can help detoxify drugs and chemicals. So actually vitamin C can also be used as a antidote for some form of poisoning. Okay, so vitamin D, sunlight. Okay, it's the second most important vitamin for the immune system. You would see when you search online, there's so much research now on vitamin C showing vitamin D, showing vitamin D boosts and help our immune cells to fight off infections. Okay, so vitamin D is not just a vitamin, is actually a hormone that helps also in absorbing or getting calcium into the body. Vitamin D is a very unique molecule because they found out that vitamin D in itself can actually boost your immune cells from fighting off pathogens. Okay, and a lot of people are not aware that those if your skin is a bit darker, your ability to absorb vitamin D or produce vitamin D is actually lesser, because those darker skinned people cannot the sunlight cannot penetrate the skin very well. Therefore, the vitamin D that needs to be converted to the active form of D3 becomes lesser. So a lot of people, especially those darker skin like the Africans, have actually very low levels of vitamin D. So it's really important to take your vitamin D3, especially if you always are indoors, you rarely go out to exercise or do any outdoor activity. We really suggest you to take vitamin D, because the lower your vitamin D levels are, the more likely, if you get sick, the more likely it will be more severe and you'll stay longer in the hospital. So it's really important to make sure that you have good levels of vitamin D. Next is quercetin. Quercetin is a very powerful anti-inflammatory antioxidant. You could see here we get quercetin from raw onions and garlic. Of course, we don't expect everyone to eat raw onions and garlic, but quercetin is really very important. Not only helps in blocking viruses, but actually it's a very powerful anti-allergic supplement. Okay, vitamin K together with vitamin C actually can boost your immune system to clear bacteria, viruses. So vitamin K together with vitamin D is a very unique combination of vitamins. Vitamin K also helps in directing calcium into the bones. Okay, so it can make your bones stronger. It improves your blood vessels, can actually prevent bleeding tendencies. And of course, we have the minerals of zinc and selenium. Both of these minerals are actually very important and essential for fighting against infections. Okay, zinc actually prevents and treats viral diarrhea in children. Selenium not only enhances our immune system, it can even prevent certain cancers, as well as help in those who have cardiovascular conditions. So these are the vitamins and minerals that seems to help to fight infections and boost your immunity.
ZU introduces Zimmuneplus. Zimmuneplus is a unique and patented combination of vitamin D, K, C, quercetin, and zinc. It helps in boosting your immune system as well as help strengthen our bone and blood vessels. Try our Zimmuneplus and feel the difference.
These statements has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.